In the rust-scarred wastelands of Outpost Theta 9, where the sandstorms howled like ghosts and the sun burned red through a cracked sky, humanity had made its mark with grease, steel, and sheer stubbornness. The outpost wasn't much, just a junkyard orbiting a dying trade route, but to Rick Mallory, mechanic and scavenger, it was home. Rick spent his days elbow-deep in broken engines and forgotten tech, scouring the scrapyards for parts to keep the few remaining settlers alive. It was on one such scavenging run, navigating through the skeletal remains of a crashed Valkyrie slave cruiser, that he heard it, a whimper. Faint, metallic, almost like static through an old radio. He froze. Another sound, this one sharper, a small, pained screech. Not machine. Not quite animal either. He climbed over a twisted support beam, shoved aside a scorched cargo hatch, and there it was. Chained to a cracked power conduit, surrounded by scorch marks and blood, lay a creature no bigger than a backpack. Scales shimmered iridescent blue-green. Wings curled tightly around a thin, shaking body. Its eyes, too large for its face, blinked slowly, half-conscious, sunken with hunger and fear. Someone had locked an inhibitor collar around its neck, the kind slavers used on psychic species. A baby? Rick whispered. The creature weakly turned its head, trembling. He approached slowly, hands raised. Easy now. I'm not gonna hurt you. The dragon's eyes flared a moment, bright gold, and Rick felt something brush against his mind. Fear, pain, hunger. But beneath all of it, hope. Who the hell chains up a baby alien dragon and leaves it to die? The collar hissed with static as it sensed Rick's proximity, sparking with a warning arc of plasma. He swore, ducked back. This was advanced tech Zaraki make. Only high-grade slavers used this kind of restraint. Rick could have walked away. He wasn't a hero. He was a mechanic. A fixer. He patched up water pumps and made soup out of rusted nuts. But that creature, it looked at him like he was the last good thing in the universe. So he went back to his rig, pulled every tool he had, and returned with a plan and fire in his gut. It took 3 hours, 2 near electrocutions, and 1 severed drone arm as a makeshift capacitor, but he finally disabled the collar. The moment it clicked free, the baby dragon collapsed into his lap, exhausted but alive. He named it Ember. Weeks passed. Rick nursed Ember back to health with warmth, protein paste, and soft music from old Earth recordings. The dragon grew fast, smarter than any animal, playful, curious. It repaired drones with its claws and learned to mimic the harmonics of Rick's voice modulators. And most surprising of all, it bonded. Ember wasn't just a pet. She was psychic. She understood him. Spoken images and feelings, memories shared through touch and eye contact. One night, as Rick slept in his bunk, Ember stirred awake. Her senses twitched. A ship was coming, Valkyrie signatures, armed, scanning for energy spikes. They were back. They were looking for her. Rick didn't hesitate. He armed every turret, programmed a false power signature, and hid Ember in the crawl space beneath the floor. The Valkyrie landed hard and angry, demanding to search the station. Rick stalled them with greasy charm, fake salvage records, and a pile of scrap time to collapse onto their lead officer. It bought enough time for Ember to sneak behind enemy lines and unleash hell. Her power, fully recovered, bent light and heat into spears of flame. The Valkyrie didn't expect her. They were slavers, not warriors. Rick watched from the blast-shielded bunker as Ember spread her wings and roared for the first time. Louder than the wind, brighter than the stars. Together, they sent the invaders fleeing back to whatever hole they'd crawled from. Afterward, Ember perched atop the highest tower of Theta 9, watching the horizon with gleaming eyes. Rick stood beside her, oil-stained and tired, but proud. "Guess we make a good team, huh?" he said. Ember nuzzled his shoulder gently, sending a wave of warmth and affection through his mind. Somewhere in the stars, slavers whispered of a dragon and her human, a mechanic with a fire-breathing guardian. And they learned something that day. Never chain what you don't understand. And never underestimate a human with a wrench.